Good morning. These are your Nassau Guardian highlights for Friday, January 16th, 2026, brought to you by your Daily Bahamas headlines, especially for people on the go and those who are visually impaired. Please don't forget to like, share, and follow our Facebook, YouTube, and WhatsApp channels. Our main story this morning centers on a major corruption and drug trafficking case involving law enforcement. Former Police Staff Association Chairman, Assistant Superintendent Sonny Miller, has been convicted on multiple drug trafficking charges and is now behind bars awaiting sentencing. Miller was found guilty in connection with the seizure of 72 kilos of cocaine and 15 kilos of marijuana in Acklands in June 2022. Prosecutors said Miller, who was the officer in charge of Acklands, Crooked Island, and Long Cay at the time, assisted two Colombian nationals in bringing drugs into the country. Those men testified as cooperating witnesses, telling the court that Miller helped them offload the drugs before attempting to stage an arrest when law enforcement helicopters arrived. Acting Assistant Chief Magistrate Shaka Serville rejected Miller's testimony as not credible and is expected to hear sentencing arguments on February 25th. The case has renewed concerns about corruption within law enforcement and the damage it causes to public trust. Also making front-page news, Minister of Economic Affairs Michael Halkitis says the government expects economic growth to offset an estimated $15 million loss in revenue from the upcoming elimination of VAT on grocery food items. Prime Minister Philip Davis announced earlier this week that VAT on food sold in grocery stores will be reduced from 5% to 0% effective April 1st. Halkitis said the decision was made possible by improvements in public finances, lower unemployment, and stronger economic activity, adding that the government is counting on the private sector to pass savings on to consumers. In another significant legal development, United States prosecutors are seeking a prison sentence of at least 5 years for former Royal Bahamas Defense Force officer Darren Roker, who is accused of playing a major role in a cocaine trafficking conspiracy into the United States. Prosecutors say the sentence should send a clear message that corruption by officials who assist drug traffickers will not be tolerated. Turning to national development, Minister of Works and Family Island Affairs Clay Sweeting says shantytown demolitions will be ramped up across the country. Sweeting condemned the behavior of individuals seen in viral videos shouting racial slurs at officials during demolitions on Russell Island, Eleuthera. He said the government has already demolished roughly 530 illegal structures over the past 2 years and plans to expand operations in New Providence, Abaco, and Andros, stressing that shantytowns will not be tolerated. In national economic news, Prime Minister Philip Davis told the Bahamas Business Outlook Conference that the Bahamas' real economic output has fully recovered and moved beyond pre-pandemic levels. He credited disciplined financial decisions, improved investor confidence, record tourism numbers, and a reduction in unemployment to the government's policies, while acknowledging that many families are still struggling with the cost of living. In today's editorial, The Guardian focuses on the government's ongoing shantytown eradication policy, while supporting the enforcement of the law and the removal of illegal and unsafe communities. The editorial stresses that the process must be carried out humanely and as part of a broader strategy. It calls for proper deportation procedures, protection for Bahamians caught in the crossfire, and long-term solutions to the country's housing crisis, including affordable housing and better urban planning. Letters to the editor raise broader concerns about sovereignty, immigration, and global power dynamics. Writers warn that recent changes in United States immigration policy should serve as a wake-up call for the Bahamas to strengthen border controls review citizenship and passport processes, and protect national identity. Other letters discuss international geopolitics, cautioning against simplistic views of regime change and urging small nations to build resilience and strategic autonomy in an increasingly uncertain world. Before we go, listeners are encouraged to purchase a copy of today's Nassau Guardian to read the full stories and additional coverage in today's edition. As we close, remember this quote: "Staying informed is the first step to protecting our future." Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy your day, be blessed, and be a blessing.